Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to begin. Please find yourself comfortable. I have a few housekeeping notes to make before we begin today's agenda. First, I would like to seek your cooperation in completing this opening ceremony. Please kindly switch your mobile phones to silent mode to avoid the interruption. And please your seat comfortable. Thank you for cooperation. And I hope you can switch your camera on so we can get acquainted with each other from various universities across the Asian and Indonesia universities. Thank you for the cooperation. I'll begin the session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. His Excellency, Director of 11 University, Mr. Professor Dr. Jamal Wiwoho M. Hum, the Honorable Dean of Faculty of Social Political Sciences, Professor Ismi Dwi Astuti Nurhaini MSc, the Honorable Director of Center for Southeast Asian Social Studies of University of Gadjah Mada, Professor Dr. Philosophy Hermin Indah Wahyuni, the respectable the Program Director of the Asia Summer Course 2021, Dr. Yuyun Sunesti, and respectable all lecturers and students of the Asia Summer Course 2021. It is my pleasure to be a master of ceremony for today's opening ceremony. I am Muhammad Ali Falaudin, and on behalf of the Asia Summer Course 2021 Committee, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. We appreciate your taking time off your schedule on today. Thus, we hope you will learn a lot today. We have planned up plans for you to be fruitful and engaging. I would like to read all the session of the agenda of the day. The first will be opening ceremony remarks coming from our Chairman Board of University of Maret and Gadjah Mada University. And there will be a course director which will be delivered about the class rules and the others related to the course. And for the third, we will begin the session of the class for the first day. Okay, without any hesitation, I would like to invite here at the stage the first opening remarks will be delivered by a rector of University of Maret in this time, which will be substituted by Professor Dr. Renat Sajidan MSc as a Vice Rector for Planning, Cooperation, Business and Information of University of 11 Maret. For Prof. Sajidan, please, the stage is yours.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mas Alif. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Professor Dr. Hermin Indah Wahyuni, the Director of Center of Southeast Asia Social Studies, Gadjah Mada University, Professor Dr. Ismi Dwi Astuti Nurhaini, Master of Science, the Dean of the Faculty of Social and Political Sciences, Universitas 11 Maret, and the speaker at DIG Asia Summer Course 2021, Dr. Rino and Ardian Nugroho, Dr. Leni Winarni, Dr. Yuyun Sunesti, and Dr. Putra Pamengkas, also Dr. Prastiwi Utari from Universitas 11 Maret, Dr. Priyabhuti Sulistianto from Flinders University, South Australia, Professor Dr. Phil Hermin Indah Wahyuni, Sitik Arimatia MSc, Dr. M. Falikul Isbah, Dr. Visya Ita Yulianto from Gajah Mada University, and Dr. Q. Piset from Asian Vision Institute, Cambodia, Dr. Hugh Wei Weng from the National University of Malaysia, Mr. Irfan Amali from Beach Generation Indonesia, and also all invited guests and everyone present here. On behalf of Rector of the Universitas 11 Maret, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the opening ceremony of UNSDIG Asia Summer Course 2021. This online event is organized as a collaboration between the Faculty of Social and Political Science, Universitas 11 Maret, and the Center of Southeast Asia Social Studies Gajah Mada University. Many countries in the world, including Indonesia, are still struggling against the COVID-19 pandemic. The health crisis caused by the global pandemic has indirectly accelerated the digital transformation and encouraged the massive use of the digital technology. People have become accustomed to the new normal routine and activities such as working from home and also distant learning. Most of us will agree that the COVID-19 pandemic has successfully encouraged the acceleration of digital transformation in all aspects of people's lives. Since the beginning of March last year, the government and companies have continuously made various innovation in order to survive and to keep people's life running. According to the new McKinsey Global Survey and Executive, the share of digitally enabled product has accelerated by 7 years. Ladies and gentlemen, we can say that sooner and later, the impact of digitalization will change people's everyday lives. Whatever it is, the grateful that these technologies make our lives easier, because information technology makes things run more efficiently and effectively. The digital era should be taken seriously. The ability to understand and utilize technology is essential so that the digital era could benefit us Indonesian. Education must have a strategic role and at the same time become the main medium for understanding, mastering, and utilizing a technology properly and appropriately. However, of course, the use of information technology must be controlled and supervised, because the overuse of technology may have negative effects on people's daily lives. Ladies and gentlemen, before coming to the close of my remark, allow me to express my gratitude and appreciation to the Faculty of Social and Political Science, Universitas 11 Maret, and to Professor Dr. Bill Hermin Indah Wayuni, the Director of the Center for Southeast Asian Social Studies, Gajah Mada University, for organizing this event well and successfully. I also would like to thank all speakers, invited guests, and participants of the DJIG Asia Summer Course 2021. Hopefully, this event can benefit all of us in facing and responding to present and future shift and change related to digital transformation. With Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I declare that DIG Asia Summer Course 2021 with the theme Asia's Digital Transformation in times of COVID-19 pandemic officially open. Thank you very much for your attention. My best wish for successful event. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Professor Sajidan, for your wonderful remarks and reminding us about the COVID-19 in Indonesia and how was it challenging in our country. Thank you very much, Prof. Sajidan, for your remarks. Next, we will go ahead to the second remarks that will be delivered by the Dean of Faculty of Social Sciences of the UNS. I will welcome to the stage, please, to Professor Ismi Dwi Astuti Nurhaini, MSc, to deliver your remarks. Please, Mr.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. I am Professor Ismi Dwi Astuti Nurhaini, the Dean of Faculty of Social and Political Sciences, Universitas 11 Maret. It's such a great honor and pleasure for me to welcome you all to the event this morning, DIG Asia Summer Course 2021, entitled Asia's Digital Transformation in Times of COVID-19 Pandemic, a collaboration program between the Faculty of Social and Political Sciences, Universitas 11 Maret, Surakarta, and the Center for Southeast Asia Social Studies, Universitas Gadjah Mada, Yogyakarta. As the Dean of the Faculty, let me first express my deep gratitude to our speakers from Universitas 11 Maret, Universitas Gadjah Mada, Peace Generation Indonesia, National University of Malaysia, Asian Vision Cambodia, and Flinders University of Australia. My special thanks should also go to our partnership with the Center for Southeast Asia Social Studies, Universitas Gadjah Mada, Yogyakarta, especially to the Director of GISAS, Professor Dr. Wilhelmine Indah Wahyuni. We do hope that this collaboration will continue effectively and can benefit the learning atmosphere on both parties. The DIG Asia Summer Course 2021 on Asia's digital transformation in times of COVID-19 pandemic will be very beneficial for the development of science and relevant to the conditions we are currently experiencing. Here, we discuss together various points of view from different study backgrounds and countries so that the knowledge we learn together here can be rich and can be implemented in our respective fields of study. At last but not least, enjoying the discussion, hopefully it will give much insight into digital transformation issues in Asia, especially in this time of COVID-19 pandemic, which are very important issues in Asia and the global world currently. Thank you very much and see you again in our next programs. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I thank you very much for Professor Ismi Dwi Astuti Nurhaini for her remarkable remarks. And I would like to present the third remarks coming from the Director of Center for Southeast Asian Social Studies, Gadjah Mada University. I please to welcome Professor Dr. Philosophy Herman Indah Wahyuni. I please Prof. Hermin to give your remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, the most gracious and the most merciful. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Professor Dr. Sajidan, Vice Rector for Planning, Collaboration, Business and Information, 11 Maret University. Honorable Professor Ismi Dwi Astuti Nurhaini, the Dean of Faculty of Social and Political Sciences, 11 Maret Universities. Dear Dr. Prahastiwi Utari, Vice Dean for Academic Research and Student Affairs, Faculty of Social and Political Science, UNS. Dr. Dr. Rino Nugroho, Head of International Office, 11 Maret University, professors and faculty members, lecturers of summer course 2021. Let me say hello to Dr. Aris Arif Mundayat. Good morning. Mas Aris is a former director of CESAS UGM. It is such a humbling experience for me to continue what Mas Aris had already done previously for CESAS. And I also have here my colleague, Dr. Falik Iqbal. Good morning. And of course, dear students. Very well, good morning for all of us. First of all, I would like to thank to the committee, Dr. Yuyun Yunesti and team that's showing eagerness here to connect and open the possibility to collaborate to realize DIC Asia Summer Course 2021. This is such a great honor for me and also the institution of Pusat Studi Sosial Asia Tenggara, or we usually translate it as the Center for Southeast Asia Social Studies, CESAS, Universitas Gadjah Mada, to take an active part on these very important activities. At least two reasons why we are more than happy to engage. First, from the institutionally perspective, this collaboration is in line with our role as the University Center of Excellence in Social Sciences since 2016. The CESAS Research Center have been appointed by Indonesian Higher Education Ministry to be one of University Center of Excellence in Social Science. Later on, some University Center of Excellence in Social Science rise up. To mention some of it are in UNS, namely Pusat Unggulan Iptek Perguruan Tinggi or University Center of Excellence Javanologi, and Pusat Unggulan Iptek Perguruan Tinggi University Center of Excellence Fintech and Banking. And becoming as University Center of Excellence, we have the task to maintaining, developing, and actively collaborate with academic communities in Indonesia and abroad. Secondly, from the substantive perspective, the program and the theme of this summer course is truly timely because over the last decade, we witnessed a rapid change happen in our society as a result of digital technology innovation. It really has transformed and seem to continue to transforming all social aspects of humanity. How should we address to such changes, as keeping away from these changes seem impossible? So the agenda of this summer course that is to bring cross-country and regional perspective on how ASEAN countries are undergoing digital transformation in four major areas: politics and government, economy, ecology and culture, including religion and youth issue, is very calling. I believe students and participants will learn and take a lot of benefit from this summer course. I hope this activity will not be the last, but on the contrary, it is a start to open collaboration in many forms in terms of research and community services. I do really hope it will strengthen our collaboration in near future and brings many positive impact to the development of knowledge. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. I thank you very much for Professor Hermin Indah Wahyuni for giving her remarkable remarks. And those are the welcoming from our chairman, coming from two institutions, UNS and UGM. And we will move ahead to the next agenda. There will be a video showing from the committee, introduction coming from the IOUNS. I will be pleased to the technical officer who can show up the video. It seems like there are technical problems. I do apologize. Okay, you can wait for a minute.
The flame, or prabha, in the center of Wiku's head represents the brilliance, wisdom, and nobility of the human mind. The flame also symbolizes the light of knowledge that shines and makes a positive and eternal impact on the world and humanity. Universitas 11 Maret, established on March 11, 1976, is one of the leading universities in Indonesia. Its noble goal is to contribute to the development of the nation through education, research, and innovation that benefits society. Universitas 11 Maret has built its vision and strategic plan on becoming an internationally excellent center of development of science, technology, and arts based on the noble values of national culture, focusing on enhancing its specialized subject areas and on developing its capacity to meet world-class standards. Universitas 11 Maret has established 3 centers of excellence in science and technology. The 3 centers are Center of Excellence in Lithium-Ion Battery Technology, Center of Excellence in Fintech, Financial Technology, and Center of Excellence in Javanology that focuses on the study, development, and preservation of Javanese culture. Universitas 11 Maret is located in the city of Surakarta, also known as Solo. Solo is a very comfortable city to live in, where Javanese culture and modern life combine. The life in Solo, which upholds the value of harmony, has prepared Universitas 11 Maret graduates to be future leaders who are tough, creative, friendly, generous, calm, and adaptive. To achieve the vision of Indonesian higher education, freedom to learn, independent campus, Universitas 11 Maret offers a variety of courses on a wide range of subjects conducted by 11 faculties, a vocational school, and a graduate school. Various library services, such as thousands of print books and ebooks, access to various international journals, and academic librarian assistants are available to support the teaching and learning process and promote the academic achievement of all students, lecturers, and researchers. With a comfortable learning environment, a green campus, and supported by an integrated information system, Universitas 11 Maret has an academic culture that fosters a global perspective and is prepared for Education 4.0. Active and strong international partnerships and collaborations have become an integral part of the university. International partnerships provide opportunities for student and staff mobility, as well as collaborative research and community service projects. In addition to being a center of excellence, Universitas 11 Maret is home to students from all 34 provinces in Indonesia and 33 countries in the world. This creates a multicultural environment that promotes mutual understanding. Embracing diversity and respecting all cultures makes every student feel recognized and valued.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Suwarna Lavaratina Iren Narson. I come from Madagascar and I study design communication visual. So far, my experiences have been very colorful. On my first semester, I have been through a lot of difficulties, especially with bahasa issue. But luckily, I had the best and understanding lectures ever. They definitely accompany me step by step, so I could be in the same level as my classmates. It's been 5 years that I came and back from this campus, but I've never got tired of it. I've been visiting a lot of big cities in Indonesia, but so far Solo is my favorite one. This city just amazed me by the way it looks, by its people, and especially by the sympathy and friendly way that Solonese people welcome me everywhere I go. I would say that I love living in Solo because I love eating, and food is just everywhere with affordable price. And I would definitely recommend Solo for anyone who wanna come to visit Indonesia. I'm very happy to be a part of this beautiful campus, and I also feel lucky because I could make my studies here, and especially I could meet new people from all around the world. Merci beaucoup, UNS.
My name is Walid Sulaiman Kalbous. I'm from Sudan. I feel comfortable during my study in UNS because what I found from the international office, from my classmate, from my lecturer, the environment study, the facilities in campus, everything make me happy and creative during my study in UNS. I'm enjoying my life in Solo. Actually, everything in Solo makes you feel comfortable. The people are very kind. The food is delicious. The prices are cheap. The tourist area around the city, everything makes you feel comfortable in Solo.
My name is Yuzuna Mao. I'm from Myanmar. I'm studying Master Program of Public Health in Universitas 11 Maret, Indonesia. Studying in Universitas 11 Maret is enjoyable and it is a good atmosphere to study. I got so many chances to contribute in non-academic activities also, so it improved my knowledge about the social and culture of Indonesia. Of course, I have some difficulties during my study, but there are always some helping hands for me. Here I got experiences I think which I could adopt in my country when I came back. Solo is like my second hometown. People in Solo is friendly, polite, and helpful. I feel safe when I live in Solo.
The complexity of the modern world is continuously increasing. We live in an uncertain world where change is rapid and unpredictable. Universities have a pivotal role to play in preparing graduates for jobs that don't exist yet, for technologies that haven't been invented, and for problems that need innovative solutions.
Universitas 11 Maret has three main agendas toward a world-class university. Acceleration in various fields of development is needed by embracing the foundation of UNS, Benteng Pancasila. Therefore, 5 strategic policy pillars were decided.
It is important to understand that flexibility and adaptability are the keys to growth in the rapidly changing 21st century. This is what encouraged Universitas 11 Maret to shift its governance and management to an autonomous public university. With this change, Universitas 11 Maret will have the autonomy and independence to improve the quality of teaching, learning, and research in implementing the 5 development pillars of Universitas 11 Maret to accelerate its transformation process towards becoming a world-class university. Universitas 11 Maret.
Thank you very much for the officer. Ladies and gentlemen, we will move ahead to the next agenda. It is the class session. And as of we will continue the class session, I will please to Professor Sajidan, Prof. Ismi, and Prof. Hermin. If you have other businesses, you may leave the room. And thank you very much for the remarks and remarkable opening speech coming from you from the University of Gajah Mada and UNS. Hopefully, we will have another occasion in person very soon. And I thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, may I thank you for the participation in this opening ceremony. I hope you will enjoy the program. For the most, we will move ahead to the class session for day 1. So the stage will be delivered by Yupon, the course director. It is coming from Dr. Ijin Sunesti. And the session will be fully delivered by Dr. Ijin Sunesti. And I thank you for the attention for today. And as a MC and all comedies from the Asia summer course, we hope you will enjoy the class in the next 6 days. Thank you very much, and I please to Dr. Yusnesti for the stage, and I can leave the room. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Alif, for your master ceremony this morning. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. I'm Yuyan Sunesti, the course coordinator of this DIC Asia Summer Course 2021, a collaboration program between Faculty of Social and Political Sciences, Universitas 11 Maret, and Center for Southeast Asia Social Studies, Universitas Gajah Mada. I'm very happy to meet you all here who come from different universities, regions, and countries. The Asia Summer Course 2021 is the first summer course held by Faculty of Social and Political Sciences, Universitas 11 Maret, in collaboration with CESAS, or Center for Southeast Asia Social Studies, Universitas Gajah Mada. Okay, this first year, we took the theme of Asia's digital transformation in times of COVID-19 pandemic. Why did we think that this theme is important? As we know that for more than a decade, digital technology innovation have had an impact on many aspects of our lives, not only for formal institutions such as government and business, but also for our daily lives. Changes have increased massively with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic that has swept across the world. Life in our previous real public spaces was replaced with online public space, which bring physical distance and limit our social interaction. The question then is, to what extent does digital transformation, especially in the era of COVID-19 pandemic, affect our social, political, economic, environmental, religious, family, and youth lives? Well, this week summer course will discuss these issues with academic and practitioners who have the capability to deal with these issues. Hopefully, in the next 6 days, we can productively discuss and share experiences from a different perspective, from different regions and countries. Here, students who come from various regions in Indonesia and abroad must have different experiences with digital technology in this COVID era. So feel free to have a happy discussion in this course. Secondly, I would like to inform you that 106 students registered for this event from various universities in Indonesia and abroad, and of those who had registered, there are 69 students confirmed to attend, coming from 25 Indonesian and overseas universities. Thank you very much for your attendance and your enthusiasm to join this program. Furthermore, for the next 1 week, we will be accompanied by 4 facilitators in each season. Firstly, I introduce myself, Yuyun, as also the course coordinator of this program. The second one is Dr. Rino Ardian Nugroho, a lecturer in public administration, who is also acting as the head of the UNS International Office. And the third one is Dr. Falikul Isbah, the lecturer of sociology at Universitas Gadjah Mada. Are you here, Dr. Falikul Isbah? Do you want to say hello to student here, to participant?
Okay, yeah, thank you, Mbak Yuyun. Hi, everyone. I'm Falik. I teach at the Department of Sociology at Universitas Gadjah Mada, and I'm very happy to see you all here, and I hope we can enjoy this summer course and share our experience and perspective on this issue. Thank you. See you.
Okay, Dr. Rino Ardian Nugroho, are you here? Would you like to welcome the student or say hello to the student, Dr. Rino? No, I think he is in the another Zoom. I know that. Okay, then the fourth one is Dr. Visia Ita Yulianto. She is the lecturer at Universitas Gadjah Mada, and they also CESAS UGM Administrator. Good morning, Dr. Visia Ita Yulianto. Would you like to say hello to the student here?
Thank you, Yuyun. Good morning, everyone. This is a pleasure for me to be part of this program. I hope we can enjoy that in the coming 6 days. Thank you very much.
Okay. Behind the scenes, we are also assisted by a solid team. They are Adin Kurnia Putri, Alif Alauddin as the student coordinator, who already communicated with you through email and WhatsApp group. Also, Rosetta, Maria Hilmi, and Safa, thank you very much for the team of this program. Next, we also need to briefly get to know the participant here, because there are quite a lot of participants. So I think one student at each university will represent introduction. Please state your name, your major, and your home university. I'll start with the student who come from far, far away. So, but I'll call you at random. Please turn on your camera so that other friends can see your face. So we will start from the student from Australian National University. Could you please to introduce yourself to your friends here? Wasisto Raharjo Jati from Australian National University. Could you please to introduce yourself to student here, because you are you here, Mas Wasisto? Wasisto. No? Okay, then from the De La Salle University.
Oh, hi. So I'm Vivian Monta. So I am from the Philippines. I'm studying a Master of Arts in History at De La Salle University in Manila.
Hey, good morning. Thank you, Vivian. So we call you Vivian or Monta?
Vivian.
Vivian. Okay, Vivian, thank you very much and welcome to the TIC Asia summer course. Hope you enjoy this program. Okay, then from the Wenzhou Ursuline University of Languages, could you please introduce yourself to the student here?
Thank you, Professor. So, my name is Francisca. You can call me Francisca, and I'm Indonesian, but currently I'm living in Taiwan, and I'm studied for International Affairs Department in Wenzhou University. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ursuline. Welcome to this class. And the next is from Xiamen University, China. Okay, could you please from the Xiamen University, China, to introduce yourself to the friends here? Hello? Are you here? Okay, while we are waiting for the Xiamen University, so we could. Oh, okay. Okay, where? From the Xiamen. Hmm? No. Okay, perhaps we move to the next university where we are waiting for the student from Xiamen University, from the Payap University, from the Thailand. Please introduce yourself from Payap University. Payap University. So I'm trying to search the name. Oh, Laisa Sindra Ribeiro from the Payap University. Are you already here? Okay, so I think, okay, then we move to the student from the National Chung Sing University.
Hello, here.
National, hi, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Myung Sung, and I'm originally from Mongolia and currently studying in National Chungshik University of Master Agricultural Economy and Marketing.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you very much, Myung. So, how we can call you, Myung, a student?
Yeah, you can also call me Miko easily.
Miko, okay,
Yes.
Miko.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miko. Welcome to our program and enjoy the class. And the next one is from the School of Government and Public Policy, Indonesia.
Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Hello, Yuyun. Hello, everyone. I'm Tris Listianing Astuti. You can call me Aning, Tri or Astuti, whatever you want. I'm now study in School of Government Public Policy. I'm Indonesia. I'm taking Master of Public Policy. Thank you so much. Nice to see you all.
Thank you, Tri Sulistianing Astuti. Okay, then the next one, the representative student from the Universitas Diponegoro. Perhaps I will choose one of a student from the Undip because there are several students from Undip, Diponegoro University. I invite the Bintang Amanda to introduce yourself to your friends here. Bintang Amanda, are you already here? Okay, if not, so the Anita Damaranti, are you here? Anita Damaranti? Anita Damaranti? Nggak ada juga. Okay, so why that then? Okay, Zoik Fauzia from Universitas Diponegoro. Could you please introduce yourself and your university? Yeah, Undip in Semarang. Okay, I think I don't know. Perhaps they okay, they missed the class. Yeah. Okay, then we move to the UIN Sunan Kalijaga Yogyakarta. Why? It's Bandung, right? Okay, UIN Sunan Kalijaga Yogyakarta. So one of the students from the UIN Sunan Kalijaga, please introduce yourself here to your friends. So your friends here will know you well. Muhammad Faid Unniam from the UIN Sunan Kalijaga. Are you here? Muhammad Faid Unniam. Ada. Okay. Please, Mas Muhammad Unniam, introduce yourself. Mas Muhammad Faid. Okay. I invite you to introduce yourself here.
Udah.
Okay, Mas Muhammad Faid Faidun Niam. Okay. Muhammad Faid. Don't be shy, we are student here. I'm also a student 3 years ago. 2 years ago, I'm also a student, but 3 years ago. It's okay. Okay, Mas Faid Duniam, could you please say hello to everyone here? Are you okay? Okay. Okay, let's move to the other student from the Universitas Negeri Surabaya. Universitas Negeri Surabaya, we have here Universitas Negeri Surabaya, Afrifatut Thayyibah.
Yes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Afrifatut Thayyibah. I'm from Unesa University. You can call me Rifa.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Arifa. Enjoy
Yes.
the class. And also we move to the Universitas Gajah Mada. The student from Universitas Gajah Mada, I will call Husnul Khotimah.
Good morning, everyone. Introduce myself. My full name is Fatima. You can call me Ima. I'm Indonesian from Gajah Mada University. My major is Social Development and Welfare. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Husnul Khotimah. And then the next student from Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, Nurul Inayah. Are you here? Nurul Inayah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, please introduce yourself.
Good morning. Hello, everyone. My name is Nurul Inayah. I'm from Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, currently majoring in primary teacher education. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, thank you very much. And then from the Universitas Muhammadiyah Jakarta, Eli Suryani.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm Eli Suryani. I'm from Jakarta. And now I'm continuing my master degree at Muhammadiyah Sumatera Utara. Muhammadiyah Jakarta. And third semester now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And then from Universitas Negeri Jakarta. Universitas Negeri Jakarta. Muhammad Taufik Nurwansyah itu ya. Muhammad Taufik Nurwansyah.
Yuyun, Mas Wasis is coming.
Okay. Mas Wasis, could you please introduce yourself, because you are the person from the student from Australia is the
Hello everyone. Nice to meet you all. Sorry for late response because I just finished one meeting minutes ago. My name is Wasis Torres, but you can call me Wasis. And my degree is majoring on political science. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much, Wasis, and welcome to the class, and enjoy discussion for the next 6 days. And then I call the student from the UIN Raden Mas Said Surakarta, Aryan Agung Prasetyawan. Could you please introduce yourself, Aryan Agung Prasetyawan?
Okay. Assalamualaikum. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. My name is Aryan Agung Prasetyawan. You can call me Aryan. My major is Business Management Syariah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Aryan. Enjoy the class. And next is from UNU Yogyakarta. UNU Yogyakarta, Lina Lutfiana. Lina Lutfiana?
Yeah, thank you. Hello everyone. My name is Lina Lutfiana. I come from University of Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And then from Universitas Indonesia, I invite from Universitas Indonesia, Trinov Gira Timotheus. Trinov Gira Timotheus from Universitas Indonesia. Trinov Gira Timotheus, are you already here? Okay, then next, because the time is already 10 o'clock. Okay, that's okay. Okay, then from the Universitas Jember, Adiba Fariza. Could you please introduce yourself, Adiba Ariza?
Okay, hello everyone. Sorry, I can't turn on the camera because my network is so bad. Okay, my name is Adiba Fariza. You can call me Adiba. My major is sociology. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Then from Universitas Airlangga, Koko Komarudin. Please, Koko Komarudin. Koko Komarudin. Another Koko. Okay. Aulia Roshida from Universitas Airlangga. Are you here? Okay, then we next to Universitas Pajajaran. Universitas Pajajaran, Hamiduddin Arif Kanung. Please, Hamiduddin Arif Kainong. I think you are here, yeah? Hamiduddin. Hamiduddin, how are you? Okay, then the next we move to Universitas Udayana. Udayana, we have here Abimanyu Satriarso. Abimanyu Satriarso. Yeah.
Yes, that's my name. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Hello, my name is Abimanyu Satriarso. I'm from Universitas Udayana, and yeah, I'm currently live in Bali. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Abimanyu. Then from UIN Wali Songo Semarang, Khalda Salsabila. Khalda Salsabila, are you here?
Hello everyone, I'm here. My name is Halda Salsabila. I'm from Wali Songo State Islamic University. You can call me Bella. My majority is sociology. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Halda. Then Universitas Lampung, we have Kirena Putri Iwasaki. Kirena Putri Iwasaki. Kirana Putri Iwasaki, are you here? Or Rizky Hadiwijaya? Rizky Hadiwijaya? Okay, then the last one from Universitas 11 Maret, Dwi Putri Jeng Ivo. Are you here? Dwi Putri Jeng Ivo? Okay, now? Okay, then. Perhaps we will have the student discussion forum. So in the student discussion forum, perhaps you can introduce more one by one. So because the time is already 10 o'clock, but we will shortly explain the next, where is it? Okay. Okay, next, we have sent booklet, models, and daily reading materials, your email and WhatsApp group every day. Please check and read the reading for each day so that the discussion can be more lively. So if you have further question, you can ask to WhatsApp group, and Alif, as a student coordinator, will be ready to help you. Then the next one is about the essay assignments. I will inform you about the essay assignment, certificate, and credit transfer from this program. As already written in the model, that those who expect credit transfer are obligated to write an academic essay of 2,000 to 3,000 words, including a reference reflecting any topic covered in the summer course, discussing or analyzing particular case within one of Asian countries, cross-country comparison or regional perspectives. So you can check in the module and a booklet we have already sent to you previously. Then about the rules of credit transfer and certificate, and we provide two administrational issues on behalf of Universitas 11 Maret pertaining of completion the course you attend, course transcripts and certificate of attendance. The course transcript will mark your overall score of the course. You may use it to transfer academic credit in your home university. So the course transcript approximately takes 2 weeks after the essay submission, and we will keep you updated when it is ready. So please note, this is important. The course transcript is only issued for participants who completely attend all class sessions and submit the essay assignment. In condition you miss a class or don't submit the essay assignment, we will only provide the certificate of attendance. So for the daily class rules, please note that there are 16 online class sessions in this summer course. So during the class, we want you to pay attention to the following rules. You can read. Do change your name in Zoom to the following format. Nickname, so we will be easier to call you. Nickname, then underscore your full name. And then activate your camera during the course and maintain a respectful posture during the course. If you have any concern prevent you to cannot open on camera, so please let us know through the chat room. Zoom chat is designed only for raising questions during discussion session at design time. If you have any question or difficulty that need the committee's attention, address the chat to committee only. Yeah, to ensure your participation, you are required to fill an attendance list that will be shared at the end of each season. To avoid technical problem, please attend the class early and also respect other student, instructors, and committee members. And you are not allowed to share session link to anyone, because the participants here who are already registered to this program. Then don't spam meeting chat during the course for any purpose other than to raise question to the instructor and for discussing topic as prompted by instructor. We consider our attendance seriously. Thus, filling attendance list on behalf of other students is highly prohibited. And the last one is don't state your attendance in the chat room. Proving your attendance can only be done by filling in the attendance list provided by a committee. Okay, any question from the rules or session we will have the next 6 days before I move to the next session, which is the class or session 1 from the Aris Arif Mundayat PhD. Anyone has questions before I move? Anyone? No? So you already understand all the rules and the requirement from the program. Okay, because 10 is already 10, 10, yeah? We will start the session 1 with the Aris Arif Mundayat instructor, and we will have introduction to the digital society as the first session of this class. And before I will read a short biography first from the Aris Arif Mundayat. Aris Arif Mundayat is a lecturer at the Department of Sociology, Faculty of Social and Political Sciences, State University of 11 Maret, Indonesia. He obtained his PhD from Swinburne University of Technology, Division of Business and Social Sciences, Hawthorne, Victoria, Australia in 2005. He has produced a number of publications nationally and internationally. He has also long experience in teaching and research in the university and other research institutions. He is mastering qualitative and quantitative research, always as research experiences on Indonesian studies, social, cultural, and political anthropology. He has been working for universities in Indonesia and Malaysia for more than 25 plus years of teaching and research experiences. More than that, he also has leadership experiences for 2 periods, 10 years, as a director at the Center of Southeast Asian Social Studies, University Gajah Mada, as well as teaching in this university, Universitas 11 Maret. Then taught at the Department of Defense Diplomacy Indonesia Defense University for 2 years. At the moment, he has charge at the head of Sociology Laboratorium, Department of Sociology, Faculty of Social and Political Sciences, Universitas 11 Maret. Okay, please welcome Aris Arif Mundayat, PhD, to give your lecture for the next 2 hours.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yunus. And welcome to DIG Asia for all of the students who join with the summer course here. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Aris Arif Mundayat. So I'm going to discuss about the digital society, but specifically about the manufacturing webtariat and risky precarious partneriat in virtual technology capitalism. So it is about the class formation actually within the virtual techno capitalism. Please show my slide. The operator, please. Mas Alif. Or can I show it myself, I think? Can you see my slide?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, this is the title that what I'm going to discuss with all of you here. It is about manufacturing webtariat. I will explain later what is webtariat, what is partnertariat. This is the new term that I want to introduce to all of you here. Of course, it is about the virtual techno-capitalism. So first of all, I'd like to explain or discuss with you about the setting first. So the setting of the digital society can be seen here. Yeah. So first of all, the situation of the digital society is very much totally different with the offline society. Yeah, especially in the social relation of production, and also there is a change, a big change on the means of production. So the first of all, we need to see the mastery of means of production, which is change from material to virtual property. If we look back in the capitalism during 19th century to 20th century, early 20th century, we can see how the business people try to mastery the material properties such as land, building, and so on and so on, and as well as the technology, machinery, and so on. And then it changed very revolutionary from material to abstract property. Yeah, virtual property is an abstract property actually. Yeah, and then we can also see the virtual means of production for producing ideas. It's happening now, especially when the market no longer fully located in the real life, but also in cyberspace. So we can see in China, we can see Alibaba, in Indonesia, we can see Lazada, Bukalapak, Tokopedia, Shopee, and so on and so on. Yeah, we can see how the cyberspace become the location of the market itself. So we are going to discuss who are the people on the backstage of the cyber market. From here, we can see the social relation of production and distribution in the 21st century experiencing radical change, especially from worker to partner. During 19th century, Marx analyzed the capitalism. What he saw at the time is actually the problem of the working class. Yeah, they are working for the company. They don't have any means of production, so they use the means of production belong to the company. But now we can see the changes from worker to partner here. I will discuss later. After the changes from worker to partner, we can see how the process of the mastery of the abstract online asset. Yeah, we can see www.com. It belongs to US. So if you see the www.com without any abbreviation of the state, it means located in the US. So how the unlimited space of the website become very important in the digital society. They don't need land any longer. Yeah, they don't need a building any longer for their office, but they just need the space on the website. It is an abstract material things. Yeah? It is material, of course, but abstract. So we can see how the abstract online asset relate with the market as a trademark. So of course, they legalized the website, they patented the website, and also they copyrighted the website. It is the procedure of the capitalism. We need to legalize, we need to patent it, and also we need to copyright it. After that, the process of the changes goes to the mastery of means of production from material to the virtual. And it is the character of the online company in the era of techno-virtual capitalism. So we can see the changes as the setting of the digital society, what we call asset transformation in techno-virtual capitalism. So it is this issue is based on my research that I'm going to discuss, and also to share with friends here. And now I'm going to discuss the consequence of the changes from material asset to virtual asset. We can see in the class formation, yeah, especially the class formation under the techno-virtual capitalism. So we can see the kind of shape which is look like a cartel, or in Indonesian language we call it, I think, dandang, the place, the traditional, what you call the traditional, what you call for that, the traditional place for cooking rice. Yeah, it looked like the cartel itself. So we can see from the class formation here. The first here, we see the emergence of the partneriat, who are precarious, unstable, and demotivating. Yeah, sky standing define the situation of the precarious life as a precariat, but there are some critique to Standing's point of view, because we can see, like in Marx's idea, he said about the proletariat, and proletariat is also experience a precarious life. So the word of precarious is actually already stated in his book and also in the manifesto, the Communist Manifesto, the precarious life. But then Guy Standing try to use the word of precary and become precariat. Yeah, so, but I'm not going to use the term of precariat, but rather partneriat. I will explain later in the next session. So the second class, we can see the salariat class that divided into three type of middle class. The first one, the high income middle class, living in a stable condition, and middle income salariat class, who are relatively stable, and then the low income of the salariat class, who are precarious. Yeah, so we have three different classes within the salariat class, and then the new class, who are emergence in another new class, who are the emergence in the 21st century, is the webtariat class. It is a high social class to upper middle class. And interestingly, all of the classes here having the same consumption behavior, online consumption behavior. Let's see we see the cartel itself. On the down here, we have the contract teacher. We have the online taxi driver. Yeah, they are the partneriat. Also online media journal, animation artist, web designer, contract lecture. They are all of here, we call it partneriat, because they agree with the partnership with the company or the university or the school and so on. So they agree with the partnership system because they have to sign the contract under the partnership system. And interestingly, the techno-virtual aspect here function as a cartel of the economy that spread to the consumer society. We can see the contract lecture, for example, they have to pay the scopus and so on and so on. And then the scopus goes to techno-virtual cartel because it functions like cartel economy, cartel, academic cartel that accept all of the knowledge production from the lecture throughout the world, and then they marketing to the consumer society. Yeah, we can see the cartel type of this kind of indexing system, not only Scopus, of course, but Reuter Thomson and so on. So I'm going to discuss about the meaning of the webtariat. So we can see, or we can define that webtariat is actually a social class characterized by the virtual techno-economic ownership, and it is associated with ownership in virtual social relation of production. So we can see the difference. During the Marx era, we can see the social relation of production in industrial context. But now we have the virtual context. So we can see the difference here. And the Webtariat is actually a part of the middle class or merchant class and derive their economic and social power from the online techno-economy. So we call it the Webtariat because they are the owner of the website. They have a relatively influential power to the world, yeah, because it is a widespread throughout the world as part of the globalization process. The second, what I'm going to discuss is the definition about the partnetariat. What is the partnetariat? I define the partnetariat as wage earner. It is very much similar with the proletariat. Yeah, so we can see the word of proles and proletari actually in the French word, and we need to have a suffix tariat. So I try to use that kind of combination between partner and tariat. So I combine it together, become partnetariat. They are the wage earner social class who hand over their own means of production. So this is the difference with the proletariat. The proletariat, they don't have any means of production, but partnetariat, they have their means of production. Let's say online taxi driver, they have to buy the car first or motorbike, and then they hand it over to the company who only have the virtual asset. We can also see the web designer. They have their own big computer for designing purposes, and then they make a contract agreement with a company. It is a kind of partnership. But as a partner, you need to have the means of production first. And then you hand over to the company that you want to be a partner, or they want to be a partner with you. So it is a partnetariat. Yeah. And then I'm going to continue, because they are not only handed over the means of production, but their skill as well to the Webtariat under a partnership agreement. So they hand over means of production and skill of production, two kind of the material and the skill aspect. The partnetariat are members of social class exploited under techno-virtual capitalism that makes them living in risky, precarious life. This is a precarious life. And they have no alternative to receive less wages than Webtariat in exchange for operating partnetariat's means of production. So we need to see critically in the situation of the digital society. Not all of the digital society make us happy, but most of them, because they still keep the norm of capitalism that usually make the worker into the precarious situation, and it is remain the same situation as the norm of capitalism, but just create the new situation, what we call partnetariat. And then the last one, what is salariat? Salariat, of course, is the people with the salary. And they are a white-collar worker who work for the government or company. And of course, they are not wage earner, different with the partnetariat, as they have the monthly income. Yeah? So with health, they have a health and employment benefit from state or private insurance. Yeah? And they are a part of the middle class, derive their economic and social power relation with the state or position in the company. So we have three types of social class: Webtariat, partnetariat, salariat. Yeah, the lower salariat, they are the precarious one, but the middle up, they are relatively stable, and in high salariat is very stable. Yeah? So we can see the difference between Webtariat, partnetariat, and salariat. And this is what we are going to discuss further. I'm going to show you that maybe you can read slowly based on my interview with the taxi driver, yeah, with the online taxi driver. I already highlighted some key keyword within the interview transcription. So we can read it slowly. Working for a taxi online is nice, as I feel more freedom compared with the working under superior in a factory. I can manage my own working time, and this is very much unlike working in a factory. So every morning I have time to take my children to their school and wife to working place. I'm working from morning to afternoon. I also have time to pick up my children and have lunch with them at home. Then I'm out again to get passengers until the afternoon, as I also have to pick up my wife from work. My daily income is enough to provide food for the family and enough to pay car loan. The problem is when I'm sick, as I do not have any income. So when he's stop working, then they don't have any income. So I have to ask my wife to use her money for emergencies. She's a laborer in the shop market. My family will experience a sudden drop in income under their circumstance. The company does not cover health insurance because I'm a partner of the company, not a worker. So this kind of job is not protected by worker laws. Yeah? So I have to pay my insurance from BPJS. It is a state insurance company. However, the risks remain very high. So I have to work hard, as the competition is very hard, it's getting hard. There is more than one online taxi company with thousands of partners in Jakarta. Now I live with work that provide freedom with online application, but my family experience a risky, precarious socio-economic life. So I have to accumulate money as capital for my future business. I do not want to be a taxi driver for my whole life. So you can see the situation of the online taxi driver here, and of course, in your country as well. Similar situation, because he is the partneriat of the digital society, the webtariat, who mastery the digital society. So we can compare with other job. Yeah, it is also the risky precariat partneriat. So there's a news that contract teacher who uploaded her salary for 4 months, about 700,000 for 4 months, 700,000. Yeah. So it is only about $40. Yeah. And she was dismissed by the school. The second one, yeah, it is about the lecturer. The period of work that is considered 0 years in the contract has an impact on every large reduction in salary standard, ranging from 1 to 2 million per month for each employee. So you can see the quotation, the source of the quotation. The third one, working as a reporter, this is the online journal. Working as a reporter, the salary received depend on the number of articles published. Every published article is priced under 20,000. 20,000 meaning about $2. Yeah, and the employee status is unclear without health and employment benefit or insurance. So we can see how precarious they are. Living in the digital society is not that easy, actually. We can see the unequal power relation between webtariat and the partneriat. So there is a kind of asymmetric power relation that remain there, and the gap is there. This is the process that you already knows about the taxi online system. The customer calling the driver, facilitated by the or mediated by the operator in the taxi online company, online taxi company, and then this is the partneriat here, the situation, online taxi driver. They have their own means of production. Yeah? The last one, this is the character of the partneriat. Their education is ranged from high school to PhD level. Yeah? Highly educated, but precarious. Social economic condition, uncertain, unstable, cannot afford to fulfill their commitment for family vacation. Potential debt trap, discriminated under the system, working condition, underemployment, yeah, sometimes working, sometimes not, like the taxi driver when he or she got sick. Work for uncertain payment, like the journalist, without health benefit, no insurance, part-time job, yearly contract without salary increase. This is why Xi Jinping make a mockery to Donald Trump at the time. The people's salary in China is faster in increasing their salary. Yeah, the salary increase is faster than in US because they use a different system. US using the neoliberal system, which is a yearly contract without salary increase. So we also here in Indonesia, we have that kind of system, yearly contract without salary increase. And then unpaid maternity leave for the female worker, even termination of work, no sick leave, no pension, and no other benefit. This is the situation of the digital society. This is not an easy life. Effective criteria: uncertainty, anxiety, shame, inferiority, feeling of isolation, demotivating, feeling trapped, frustration, angry, and rebellious. So we can see the dangers sociologically because they are deprived within the socio-economic context. Social position, they will be the majority social class because of the technology 4.0, including academician. So the partneriat, they have the potential for the rebellious situation when they are getting deprived. We can see to check the classic literature by Ted Gur, yeah, Why Man Rebels. So we can see the deprivation, relative deprivation may stimulate the revolution. So we need to stop the precarious work. I think I have to stop here to make the discussion longer than my talk. Thank you very much, the moderator.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Aris Arif Mundayat, for wonderful, interesting, and rich presentation that we then know the concepts of the Tariat, partneriat, and salariat, and I think how this concept then relate to our lives today. Okay, if anyone want to ask questions, give comments, or sharing your stories from your countries, please unmute, then give your questions directly.
Or raise your hand first.
Or you want to raise hand first, then mention your questions. Okay, if anyone has a questions, anyone from Okay, Vivian. Okay, please, Vivian.
I have a question. So, in the Philippines, so we have like, even though you're not like an employee of, or you're just like working like a freelance, for example, like this taxi driver, you said here that there's no health insurance, but here, or I think in other countries too, we have we can pay voluntarily for our health insurance and for like what's that retirement. So I have a question, if Indonesia also have like a program where you can pay or can voluntarily pay for your own health insurance.
Yes, we have a state insurance company, so you can voluntarily pay for the insurance. Yeah, but you have to pay by yourself. It ranges about 25,000 rupiah to 85,000 rupiah, but it is not the universal coverage. Yeah, so the insurance is not universal coverage. So that's why the taxi drivers say that it is remain risky for us, although they are paying the state insurance company, because this is the cheapest insurance company.
Okay. Other students want to ask question for Dr. Aris?
Ma'am, I will
sure.
ask a question.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Mr. Arif, how do you respond to the phenomenon of the low salaries that are happening to the partners who have qualified degrees and competence but no have welfare or prosperity for them? It's like I'm very confused about the risks of the precarious partneriat. How do you respond to the phenomenon of low salaries that are happening to the partneriats who have qualified degrees and competence but no have welfare for them? Thank you.
Yeah, actually, we can see how the capitalism norm since 19th century until 21st century remain unchanged. Yeah. The social relation of production here, or the relation between the proletariat and the bourgeois at that time in the 19th century, and now the power relation between the partneriat and the webtariat actually still using the norm of capitalism that make the proletariat or the partneriat remain in the precarious life. We need to see the intervention of the state to make a good standard. Yeah. Without intervention of the state to this kind of situation, it is difficult. We cannot just let the market go freely. It is laissez-faire, of course, but we need to see how the responsibility of the state in protecting their citizen. Because now we can see how the transformation from citizen to marketism. Now they become a part of the marketism. They rely on the income from the market. So the state give up to the market. So this is what we need to discuss, whether there is a need of the state information or let the market go by itself. There's a big discussion that never solved since 19th century, actually. There are a lot of debate. We can see the Ibn Khaldun was also talking about the free market, actually, at the time. Ibn Khaldun suggests for the market, just let it go. It's very similar with the concept of the laissez-faire. It is during Ibn Khaldun in the 14th century. Then we can see the Adam Smith. Adam Smith also followed the concept of the laissez-faire. And then we can see Keynes. Yeah. Keynesian perspective also try to include the state to have limited intervention here, especially for the social benefit for the citizen. That's Keynesian idea. But then Hayek changed the whole thing, moved into the free market, the neoliberal economy, and finally already globalized under Reagan and Thatcher by using the Washington Consensus in 1989 at the time. All of the countries in the world actually follow the 10 commandments of the Washington Consensus 1989, except Malaysia. Malaysia do not want to follow the free market. Malaysia allow the intervention of the state to control the price and also to control the benefit they get. It is about 30% maximum. More than 30%, then the state will take the, the sanction. The sanction is about 10,000 ringgit Malaysia. So we can see how Indonesia, following the 10 commandments from the Washington Consensus 1988. Sorry, 1989. So we can see how the limitation of the state in controlling the market, but of course the market will go itself. I agree with that. Karl Polanyi also agree with that. Self-regulating process, Adam Smith, invisible hand, and so on and so on. But if we let it go like that, then the victims will be the partneriat during the 21st century. In my point of view, I think we need the state intervention. And of course, in the example of Malaysia, for example, the social life to some extent compared to Indonesia is much better than in Indonesia. So the salary base in Malaysia is very much based on the education standard. Let's say if you are graduated from high school, you will have about 1,200 ringgit Malaysia. If you are graduated from university, then you are allowed to have about 3,000 ringgit. If you are master degree, then it ranges about 3,500 up to 4,000 or 5,000. If you are PhD level, then you will earn about 6,000 or 6,000 above, or at least 7,000 above, plus benefit, health benefit, housing benefit, transportation benefit, and so on. But here, we don't have that kind of benefit. You can see on the taxi driver in the online system, we can see how the journalists in the online media, and also we can see how the lecture under the contract system, and also the the guru, the teacher, who are also under the contract agreement or partnership agreement. They only have 700,000 per 4 months. 4 months, 700,000. You can imagine that. So we need the intervention of the state to cover or to avoid the precarious condition. This is why I bring this kind of issue here. Thank you, moderator.
Thank you, Mr. Aris.
Okay, thank you very much. And then we have Elo. You already raised hand. Then after Elo, the Aning, yeah, for after Elo. Okay.
First of all, thank you for the interesting lesson. I'd like to say is really true also in the Western country, especially in Europe, not also in America, also in Europe, especially of Europe. For example, in my country, we don't have the upah minimal. There's no minimal gaji in Italy. It depends of your level degree. It's not matter you don't have a minimal gaji, so it's really true. And it's really true for in south of Europe, where a really big problem of a precarious level, especially in the young generation. I mean, this blocks all this make a problem not also for the job, but also for the people who want to go to retire, because block the level of the retire, because more people don't get a job, more people need to make more years for get retired. Now, for example, my mother need to get to retire until the age of 17, maybe. But so it's a global issue, especially also in Europe and America. But my question is, Max previous when the companies make the up of the level, there is a global revolution. So do you think that we will see at this revolution also in a country like Indonesia? Because I don't think the state will make a solution. I don't believe the state will make a solution, because from my experience, I never see the state make a solution for fix that problem, because the state need to follow the policy for the economy globally. So I don't think there will be a solution from the state. I think more there will be a solution from up to down. So do you think also in Southeast Asia and in Asia will be like a revolution from the down to the up for change the situation? Thank you.
Thank you very much for the interesting question. We can see the phenomena of Arab Springs, for example, and then the populism, the rise of the populism, whether right or left, but left and not yet rise up. But the right populism or Islamic populism or other populism based on the religious issue, actually they are responding this kind of situation. But interestingly, they don't really know, or they don't really understand the deepest context of the capitalist norm that exists from 19th century to now. So that's why we can see how the Islamic populism try to to promote the idea of the Khilafah, the idea of the Sharia economy, and also there are some tension between Islamic politics and the state itself. And I think this kind of tension is coming or stem from this situation, the partneriat situation. In the Indonesian case, we can see how the Islamic population try to oppose the government by using the Islamic idea. But interestingly, they are not entering into the state political arena. If I compare with the Turkey situation under Erdogan, the Islamic population in Turkey, we can see they are entering into the state arena. They control the state. So they can create the policy and so on. Although they, of course, they experience the decline of the democracy, but in Indonesia also we experience the decline of the democracy, although they are not inside the state arena, the state political arena, but they are the outside of the state. Yeah, we can see how the so-called the terrorists and so on. I did the research on this issue a few years ago. Then I interviewed some of them, and I can see the rebellious idea is very much related to the situation. To the situation what I explained to all of you here. They want to set up an alternative platform of politics based on the religious issue. when I discussed with them, have you read Ibn Khaldun? And they said, no. And then I said, if you see Ibn Khaldun's idea, he tried to see the tension between state and Islam is very interesting. He explained about the village state at that time, and then the urban state or the city state. He compared between those two. And he also compared between the Islamic state and the natural state. The natural state is the state formation where they involve the people is only to create the the primordial sentiment to set up the state, or the asobia. The diniyah, the siyasah al-diniyah state. The siyasah al-diniyah. It is the Islamic state. It is the state that's set up by the Islamic idea. And Ibn Khaldun, based on the Muawiyah and Abbasiyah conflict, he can see how the failure of the religious state at that time. So that's why he don't want to promote the idea of the religious state. He said that the Khilafah state is already failed. And the natural state, or siyasah al-tabi'i, is already failed as well. So the important thing, he suggests the idea of the siyasah al-aqliyah, or rational state. If you see the rational state concept from Ibn Khaldun in 14th century, especially about the market, he said that the state is actually the big market. And the big market, they have their own, regulating process. They have their own regulating process, self-regulating process. So let the market free, laissez-faire, let it free. Very much similar with the idea from Adam Smith. Yeah, so let the free market go. This is the Ibn Khaldun's idea. On the other hand, what he wants to control, or what he wants the state control, is actually the non-market aspect, like the taxation system, the salary system, the wealth system, the education system, and so on, that need regulation by the state. So in this kind of issue, we can see that Ibn Khaldun is very much liberal to some extent. Yeah. So that's why they call it the al-siyasah al-aqliyah, or rational state. Yeah, rational state. So I can see the tension between the state and Islam is actually a response to this kind of situation, to the partneriat situation, as a response to the capitalistic norm that never changed since 19th century until 20th century. I think I can. What I want to say is like this: the revolutionary situation is not yet coming, but at the moment, I think is trying to see the potency of the revolutionary moment, but not yet come. Yeah, but not yet come. Why? Because we still can see, or we realize that actually the rational state still important, and we still need democracy to transform from conflict to more political. I agree with the idea from Laclau and Sandelmuth, the idea about the politics and political. Yeah? And also agree with the idea of radicalizing democracy. So we need to radicalize democracy to solve this kind of problem, to see how we need to work in politics as a means of struggle. And also we still need the strategy of political as a struggle as well. To some extent, I agree to have a left populism, but Indonesia, we can see, is very difficult. Yeah, because we know that the Communist Party already finished years ago, and the influence of the Communist Party globally also less significant. So it is difficult to see the left populism. So that's why what we can see here in Indonesia is only religious populism. And interestingly, Fadi Hadis, when he did a research in Surakarta, he see the interesting situation by which Surakarta was in 1955, most people are voting for the Communist Party, but now they are following the Islamic populism. So they are kind of shift. It shows that the Islamic populism is actually trying to oppose the state, because the left populism, they don't have any energy at all. It's already finished in Indonesia. So that's why we see the tension between the Islamic idea of the state and the modern state itself. It is in tension because we never put ourselves like Ibn Khaldun to create the rational state. We need to see the rational state, yeah, to moderate that kind of tension, politically and politics. I think my answer is like this. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the answer. Thank you very much.
Okay, then the next question from Aning. Please, Aning.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Prof. Arif. This is a new term for me, webtariat, partnetariat. So from your description, the story about the taxi online driver, it seems that there is a positive thing that take to the partners and also negative thing, but we highlight the negative things here. So I want to ask, do you have any suggestion, Prof. Arif, what should the partnetariat do to have more bargain power, for example, as like a wages negotiation, as they're in the middle of the situation that right now the workforce are abundant but limited job opportunities. So they have to wait until the situation is better because of their job, like a taxi online driver, is not really a skills job, so that it's easy to substitute by others. Thank you so much, Prof. Arif. Sorry, Prof. Arif, you still unmute?
Oh yeah, I think the taxi driver need a kind of union, like in a factory worker. Yeah, they don't have any union at all because they are considered as a partner, not a worker. Yeah, because they consider as a partner, so they face a lot of difficulties in creating the union. So the first, they need to create the union or the partnetariat union, let's say. That's the first. The second, by using the power of the partnetariat union, they can ask to the online taxi company for the company benefit, like a health benefit and the the benefit to service their car, because the service of the car has handled by the owner. So it is a lot of burden. Yeah. So because this is the means of production belong to the driver, not to the company. The company only have the abstract property in our mobile phone. This is the abstract property. Yeah. But the abstract property controls the driver. The abstract property is much cheaper than the car. Okay, so we need to have a partnetariat union they need to ask for the benefit from the company. That's the two aspects which is very important for the taxi driver throughout the world. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pak Aris and Aning, for the question. Do you have any feedback for the answer from Pak Aris, Aning?
Actually, it raised another question, but I think there is two raised hands.
Okay, so
maybe after that.
just keep your question for the next.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then before I give to Visia Ita Yulianto, I think I will ask the Elo, is any feedback from your previous question or another questions?
No, it's just another question.
Okay, another
So
question. So because you have another question, so the time
we wait.
I give to the Visia Ita Yulianto to ask questions.
Thank you, Mbak Yuyun. Thank you very much, Prof. Aris, for sharing this very timely topic and analysis to us today. I learned a lot from this class. My question is very basic, in fact. There are many questions, but I would rather choose one, in fact. So in the pre-digital era or age or the digital scene, we used to identify our societies based on their sociological categories, so namely, well, generation, gender, class or economic background, educational background, and maybe in Indonesia or in Asia, probably religious affiliation. And what kind of other categories that we may add in this virtual techno capitalism? Because is it what you mean by the vectariat, salariat, partneriat categories? Because those are economic. Again, please clarify. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm using the political economy approach and also sociology of economy approach to define the meaning of webtariat and partneriat as well as salariat. Yeah. I think it is important because what I'm analyzing here is the class formation under the techno-virtual capitalism. By using the political economy approach and sociological economy approach, we can see the situation much better. Of course, I'm an anthropologist. In detail, I'm using the ethnographic interview to get the information from the people who are webtariat, who are partneriat, and who are salariat. Yeah, salariat are people who have salary, basically monthly salary. So they are relatively stable. They are safe in terms of economic situation, unless the lower part of the salariat. Yeah. So that's why most of the lecturer who are part of the salariat, yeah, they live in peace. Because they live in peace, sometimes they don't see the situation of the partneriat, the domination of the webtariat. Now, of course, we can use the word of bourgeois on the virtual technology, but it is confusing for me. So I use the word of webtariat because they are the owner of the web. So a person like Bill Gates, a person like Mark Zuckerberg, a person like Nadiem before he was Minister of Education in Indonesia, they are the webtariat. So most of the webtariat are very influential to the political policy. So we can see how the education system in Indonesia now is very much by the idea of Nadiem, who used to be the webtariat, as the owner of the Gojek. Gojek is the taxi online platform. So as the owner of the Gojek, and then he moved to the Minister of the Education, the idea of freedom of learning is very much similar and very much the same with the discursive idea of the millennial. this is the freedom. We can see here the taxi online. Working for a taxi online is nice, as I feel more freedom compared working under a superior in a factory. So the idea of freedom, the discourse of freedom, we can see the compatibility from Nadim's idea in the Ministry of Education and the idea of the millennial. The taxi online company also, sharing the idea of freedom. This is the freedom time for you, for the millennial generation. You have your own time to manage yourself, to be the boss. That's the idea. This is very interesting for the millennial, but they don't see the consequence. Under the capitalist norm, finally they become the proletariat who are living in the precarious life. So the political economy approach and sociological economic approach is very important here. And to get the data, the deepest data, I'm using the ethnographic interview. So we can combine the whole thing. We can see the context, the bigger context globally. We can see the micro context based on the story from the taxi driver or from the teacher or from the lecture. I have some friends in University of Indonesia. I don't need to mention the university actually. Sorry about that. So let me forget off the record. So in one of the university in Indonesia, yeah. So there are some lecturer who are talking with me, and then she's talking, and they are talking about the situation in the university. They feel that they like the proletariat. They use the word of proletariat because they don't have any right, similar right, compared with the the pegawai negeri, the civil servant who are working for the university. Totally different. The salary different, the benefit different, and so on and so on. But the number of the contract lecture in that university, now the number more than 50% compared to the civil servant who are working for the university, especially the lecturer one. It's more than 50%. So they are higher in terms of number. But the situation is very much precarious. So the situation is very risky for the future, actually. Yeah, for the future is very risky. So that's why I call it the risky, precarious socio-economic life. It is coming from the taxi driver word. Yeah, in Indonesian language, pekerjaan saya ini sangat berisiko dan sangat menyedihkan. So I translate into risky, precarious, because they are living in the risky situation socio-economically, but they don't have any position in terms of power relation between webtariat and precariat. So they just give up their means of production, in this case, car or motorbike, to be a partner of the taxi online taxi company. So it is the emergence of the partneriat under the techno-virtual capitalism as well as webtariat. So the two kind of class is very important to see here. I hope this will be my upcoming books. Okay, thank you, Fisya Ita Yulianto.
Thank you very much, Prof.
Okay, Fisya Ita Yulianto, do you have any feedback or response?
If I may, in fact, if I may have another second. In fact, I wanted to know, of course, your explanation is highly appreciated, but if I may go back to my first question, towards, we used to identify our research subjects based on their classical sociological categories. So again, the generation, the gender, the class or economic background, including this webtariat, salariat, and partneriat, I think. But in this digital context, we want to learn from you. I want to learn from you what kind of other categories that we may add in this virtual realities. Probably. Thank you very much.
To add some more category is quite complicated actually. I already make it complicated by defining webtariat and partneriat, because I'm trying to avoid the word of precariat using by guy standing, because what his name, John Bremen criticized based on his review to guy standing. He said that actually the word of precarious can be found in Communist Manifesto. So why guy standing tried to redefine the proletariat into the precariat? Because the term of the precary is actually already there. It's just the same with the proletariat. And Jan Bremen also questioning that precariat class is danger for who? Yeah. So his review on standing book is very, very strong. And I like that kind of review. Yeah, because the word precariat is a bogus according to Jan Bremen. Yeah. And it is not really a new one, because the word of proletariat is very strong. Yeah. So if we see the study on the precarious life among the female worker, we can read a book from Judith Butler. Yeah, Precarious Life: The Powers of Mourning and Violence, and then Judith Butler again, 2009. Performativity, precarity, and sexual politics. So we can see how let's say, in the case of the sex worker, whether in Indonesia or in everywhere, their situation is actually in the precarious life. They are very similar. They have the similar situation with the taxi online driver or other contract workers. Intellectual is also on that position. We are using our brain, they are using their sex. What is the difference? We are the same. Yeah. So the important thing is not about the brain and the sex, but the important thing is the precarity life. So we need to see the precarity life in this digital situation, in this digital society. We need to solve this one. I need the idea from Ibn Khaldun about the rational state, because the rational state also have responsibility to protect the people, as well as the wealth of the people. It is very important. So the state need to intervene in this kind of situation. Don't just let the market, the digital market go. Yeah, we need to create a kind of wealth for the people who are involved in the market, in the job market, and so on and so on. I have no idea yet about the new category, except partneriat and webtariat, because webtariat and partneriat is actually can be easily combined, yeah, between proletariat and the partnership agreement, because we can see the difference. The partneriat give up the means of production, but the proletariat do not have any means of production. Sukarno tried to define the concept of marhen, which is different, marhenism, with the concept of proletariat. proletariat do not have any means of production, but Marhen has means of production. Yeah, like sickle and so on, or hammer and so on. So they are the Marhen. They have their own means of production, but their means of production is not enough to fulfill their family needs. It's not enough. They're just living in the subsistence situation. But now it is totally different. The taxi driver have to buy car. Even lecture in our university, not all of them can buy car. But taxi driver who are joining with the online system, they have to buy a car under loan with the bank. So it is interesting for me. And once again, I also did a research on the migrant worker. Yeah, migrant worker from Java. They have to get they don't have to get, but the agency, the worker agency give the loan to the migrant worker about 15,000 to go to 15,000 ringgit to go to Malaysia. It is a kind of debt. So they are trapped in debt. When they are migrate to Malaysia, and then they have to pay back within 6 months up to 1 year. Their salary, because they are having a high school level, so their salary is about 1,200. So from 1,200, they have to give up the whole salary for the agency because they have debt with the agency, 15,000 ringgit. So 10 months or 11 months, then it will be covered. So it needs 11 months without salary living in Malaysia. Fortunately, they are domestic worker, so they can get the food from the what you call the majikan, the master. Yeah? They can have the bed on their own room from the master. So, but what about the migrant worker who are working in the factory? If the whole salary have to go to the agency to pay the 15,000, they don't have money. So that's why some of them within 3 months, they run away from the company. They run away from the company in Malaysia, and of course, they become undocumented migrant worker because all of the legal document held by the company. So they become undocumented migrant worker. The number of the undocumented migrant worker there is about 2 million, and they cannot go back to our country, to their own hometown. They cannot go back. So they live there. They create their own network for their own struggle for life. This is the precarious world. Why the state let it happen? What is the responsibility of the state? I agree with Ibn Khaldun with a rational state. It is rational because the state has a responsibility to protect and to cover the citizen. But now the situation is already different. The citizen has transformed into marketism. That's the problem. Thank you, Mbak Fisya.
Thank you very much, Prof. Haris.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think the answer has already answered your question, Mbak Ita. Actually, we have several questions in the chat box, but I prefer to give a chance to a student who have already raised hand. Hello, I give a chance for you.
Thank you. Sorry, my second question is about the shift of the power between America and China, because you said that different about China than America. I would say how it's different than how it's much better in China. However, when I write my thesis on Belt and Road Initiative, I also narrate say the Marshall Plan. So my question is, if it will be a shift of the Germany for the power, and the China will be the center of the Germany of the global economy, and the capitalists will be under the ideology of China. I mean, more not liberal, more repressive, but still capitalist. How will we live? I mean, what will be the concept in your opinion? Thank you.
Okay, there's a competition between China and America. Yeah, China is not using the idea from Marshall Plan. Marshall Plan is very much based on the geopolitical strategy, but China using a different approach. They use the cultural and economic, geocultural and geo-economic strategy rather than political, rather than geopolitical strategy. So it is very much different in terms of approach. China, within the domestic political economy system, they use the socialist market economy. Yeah. They create a kind of supply and chains from the from the hulu. What is hulu? From the hulu to hilir, from the central production to the downstream. Say like that. So they use that kind of supply and chains involving people here collectively. This is what they call socialist market economy. And each province, they have state-owned company, yeah, or BUMN in Indonesia. This is the state-owned company is located in the provincial level. But interestingly, all of the provincial state-owned company, they have share in other provinces, as well as in the district level. They also have a small state-owned company, and they also have share in other district level. So it is very interesting strategy, which is very much almost similar with the concept of coordinated market economy practiced in Germany. They also create a kind of chains, yeah, supply chains connection that involve people in surrounding the area. So that's why in Germany, the termination of the worker after they change into the coordinated market economy now is becoming decreasing compared when they were using the political economy system before, following the liberal market economy. But now we can see that the America using neoliberal market economy, yeah, they don't have the similar concept of the socialist market economy or the coordinated market economy practiced in Germany. So they are in competition to each other. Yeah, the two other countries, Germany and China, they are helping each other. That's the difference. And both of them, in terms of the global market, they are using the neoliberal system. They are competing to each other country. Yeah? Every country had to competing the global market. So we can see, for example, in terms of the tin export, Indonesia is very rich in tin, but the market at the global level is only reach about 1 or 2%. Compared to China up to 15%. So China is very dominant in terms of the tin market. So it's difficult to compete China. So that's why some predictions saying that China will be the strongest economic, the strongest one in 2030. And now the PPP of China is higher than the PPP in America. What does it mean? It means that the people of China having purchasing power higher than in US. It shows that the activity of the economy domestically is very much strong. As they don't use the idea of geopolitical economy like in Marshall Plan, but they use the idea of geocultural and geoeconomy to approach their surrounding countries. Then they use the BRI, Belt and Road Initiative. Previously, they used the word of OBOR, one belt, one road, but criticized by some countries, and then they changed, which is more subtle, Belt and Road Initiative. And we can see the important role of the AIIB, the Asian Investment Bank. Yeah? And we can see who are the shareholder of the AIIB in China. One of them is IMF. What does it mean? It means that the global banking system also involved in the BRI project, and of course in the AIIB. When I interview with one of the lieutenant colonel in the Norin company in China, Norin company is a defense company. So he explained about the interest system. I asked him, so how much the interest if the country lending money from China? And then he just suddenly revised my word. It is not about interest. We don't call it interest. It is profit sharing. And then he used the profit sharing system with Pakistan, because Pakistan bought some tanks from Norin company using the loan system. And he said, this is profit sharing. They negotiate, Pakistan negotiate. And also when Pakistan built the business in the border with China, they also have a loan from China. And they also negotiate. The first, if we call it interest rate, it is about 3%. So below the national bank level, which is 5%, similar with the IMF, 5%. But Pakistan tried to negotiate up to 3%. When Pakistan have difficulties to have a profit sharing for 3%, and Pakistan renegotiate, and China agree to have profit sharing for 1.7%, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, if I'm not wrong. So about 1.7%, and China agree about that. And then I asked him, why do you agree with that? And he explained that because under the difficult situation when China was embargoed by US at the time, yeah, the only one country that helped China is Pakistan at that time. And he said, however, if your country want to negotiate with us, so just negotiate about the profit sharing. This is what they call the Geo Economic Strategy and also geocultural strategy. This kind of strategy is very much similar with the idea of the Islamic Sharia Bank based on the negotiation compared to the regular bank. So it shows that the flexibility of the economic system in China, he also has ability to dominate the cultural context surrounding China, including Southeast Asia. that already involved in the Belt and Road Initiative. So this kind of strategy at the moment is, in my point of view, it is much stronger and to some extent is more acceptable rather than geopolitical economy approach used by US. I think US, if want to compete China, also need to use the geoeconomy and geocultural approach rather than just merely rely on geopolitical approach. I think my explanation is like this. Although that some people are afraid, or some countries are afraid of the China domination, yeah, we can understand. Yeah, we can understand. We in Indonesia, we are accepting more to US rather than China.
Okay, sorry to interrupt Paris because we still have 5 students who want to ask questions. So I think if give chance to the other students. That's okay. Sorry. Then before I read the question in the chat book.
Thank you for the.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Hello. Thank you very much for your question as well. Okay. Before I read the question from the chat book, I give time for Vivian to ask question. Then after Vivian, I then read the question from the chat book. Okay, Vivian.
You mentioned about like sex workers. So now we know that there is a lot of the sex work is like really affected by COVID, and a lot of them like went to online platforms, like the online sites, like through earning through like subscriptions, like OnlyFans. So here in the Philippines and like I think other Asian countries, prostitution in any other way, or yeah, prostitution is like considered illegal. But months ago, the Bureau of like Tax here in the Philippines said that people who are earning from like the subscriptions should pay taxes. So what are your thoughts on this? Like the government like intervening through taxation, not because they want to like protect the workers, like they want to get money from it. You're on mute, sir.
Please unmute.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Talk about the taxation for the sex worker. Yeah. When the government consider the sex business as a transaction, like a normal transaction, then of course that logic will involve taxation for that kind of transaction, yeah, for the sex transaction. But what we can see here, that the taxation system to the sexual worker, it can be a boomerang for the worker itself, because usually the agency that already have a contract with a sex worker, they don't want to pay the tax itself. Yeah, they don't want to help to pay the tax for the workers. So all of the tax have to be handled by the worker itself. So it will be a burden for the worker. Of course, they become the proletariat, who are precarious, unstable, demotivating, shame, and so on and so on, compared to the company, who are dominate the business and the worker itself. There's no equal power relation between the sex agencies and the sex worker. I did a research in Bali years ago. when I was in Gajah Mada University. So I can see how the sex business in Bali is very much give a lot of benefit more to the agency rather than to the work. The agencies give the workers clothing, makeup, and everything, perfume, and so on, to compete to the market. But of course, the makeup, the clothing, the perfume, the shoes, and so on, to beautify them is a loan to the agencies. So they have to pay back to the agencies, although they are competing to the market for the benefit for the agencies. But finally, the loan itself is plus interest. So it is a double exploitation. They have to work using their sex, and they have to pay back the loan with the interest. If the government add more to the sex worker, not to the agencies, then the sex worker will experience precarious life. And this is what we need to avoid. For me, myself, working with the brain and working with the sex is just the same. They are working. If we don't consider about the morality and religion and so on, actually, principally the same. We are involved in transaction. One using brain, one using sex. Because they only have sex to get income. And we only have brain to get income. The same, we involve in the market economic system based on the transaction. So the taxation system, like what you said before, it will be the burden for the sex worker rather than the agencies. So we need to think twice. We need to think twice about the taxation system, whether give to the company or whether to the worker. If we give the worker, there's a kind of, in Indonesia and also other company and other country, we have the, the minimal line that the transaction will be taxed. There's a minimal line. If I can't remember how much in terms of rupiah, but there's a line. If your salary below, let's say, per year less than 20 million rupiah, then you don't have to pay tax, something like that. So this kind of policy need to be extended more. But for the rich, of course, I agree with to some extent, I agree with the idea from Piketty, Thomas Piketty, to have the progressive tax, for the rich. The progressive tax can be used for the social, to give the social benefit. And by using social benefit, by increasing the social benefit provided by the state, of course, I believe that we can reduce the number of the sex worker. As sex worker is riskier than the brain worker. In terms of health and in terms of everything, they are riskier. Especially the street sex worker. They are the most riskiest job in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Aris or Prof. Aris. Then my turn to read the question from the chat box. The first question from Binti Masrurah, and she asks about what happens when partneriat becomes salariat, because it's very possible that there is social mobility from the lower class to the middle class. Thanks. Okay, Pak Aris, do you want to ask first, or I have to read the all questions?
Okay. Can you repeat the last question?
Because it's very possible that there is social mobility from the lower class to the middle class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. For the salary level, we can see that the mobility is very possible. Yeah, the low income, but most of the mobility will be experienced by their children rather than their self. Yeah, the children having opportunity to go to the university, then from university level they can improve their social status position by involving themselves into the class mobility. Yeah, so it is very important, of course, to avoid the situation as a partneriat. But in the future, I believe that the university, there will be university who are based on the online. And this kind of university, we need to be aware that there will be growing, there's a potential of partneriat growing class. Yeah, so we need to see that one. And the mobility itself is a part of the natural desire to change ourselves for better position. It is a part of the struggle for the real. Yeah? So the mobility itself will be continuously happening and following any means of production. Some people who are working for the online taxi driver also have a mobility. As I said before, that my informant who are taxi driver, they want to accumulate money, yeah, because he don't want to be a taxi driver for whole life. They want to set up their own business. So it is a mobility, of course, because they can feel how hard working or as a partner with an online taxi company. So they need to move up socially, and it is very important. Yeah? And we can see that some people also try to use YouTube or Instagram for social mobility, also for income mobility. Some of them very successful, although they are only having a high school education, but they are very, very creative in using YouTube. If they are involved in YouTube, then they will become a webtarian, yeah, provided by the YouTube. Of course, YouTube will pay the new webtarian who are working for the YouTube by promoting him or herself into the YouTube market. If we have, let's say, more than 10,000 subscribers or viewers, then YouTube will finance the YouTuber. So they can start the business from YouTube to become the webtarian, because they are the owner of the means of production, which is abstract and virtual. So they are a part of the webtarian. Yeah? It is also a part of the mobility. We can see, for example, if you see the YouTube of Zizek, let's say, compare with Pak Ndul in Yogyakarta or Tony Blank, you can see the difference. The viewer of Zizek, it is only about hundreds, at least up to 1,000. But the viewer and the subscriber of Pak Ndul and Tony Blank, both of them are in Indonesia, they are more than million. So that's why they become the webtarian. Yeah, although they're just talking about nothing. They're just talking about the silly thing, but people like the silly thing. in Indonesia. I don't know in other countries. Yeah, only few people who are interested in academic YouTuber, academician YouTuber. Very, very, very low, very limited number who are interested on that kind of issue. We can see Zizek. Zizek is very prominent philosopher. Yeah, but the viewer in YouTube is only hundreds or up to thousands. Yeah. So they are the webtariat when they financed by the YouTube. Indonesia has Atta Halilintar, for example, as one of the webtariat. He's a super rich Indonesian, and his job is mainly on YouTube. But now, after he accumulated money, of course, they set up another business. So it is interesting to see the people mobility, yeah, in online digital society. Thank you, Pak Yunes.
Okay. Yeah, the last questions from Keval Vian. Actually, he has 4 questions, but then I will read one by one. But I will read the one first, then you can respond, or I'll read all the questions, then you respond, Pak Aris. Because we just have 15 minutes to left. Okay, I think one question first, yeah. It's related to the your explanation before. The question for Keval Avian, he said that many YouTuber and Telegram influencer receive over to promote a certain product. Is this called partner chariot also? Even I see many artists prefer to become YouTuber than appear on drama. Sorry, I lost. Well, is this job will become dangerous for them in the future? Okay, I think first question. First, to respond.
Okay, I have already explained the YouTube thing. Okay, please.
The second question is privacy and policy. We need to sign and agree, make partnership safe for people who partner with them, or it just formal statement for neoliberal to keep clean from mistake made by them or partner. Okay, do you want to respond first for these questions?
Okay, I will respond for the privacy and policy because I already explained the YouTuber phenomena that they are actually a part of the webtariat class, yeah, rather than partnetariat, because they use their creativity in utilizing YouTube for their own mobility, social mobility, so they can get the finance from the YouTube company. Yeah, but they don't have to be the partner of the YouTube, because it is very much individual based in managing their own YouTube for their own creativity. And then the second is about the privacy and policy. If you agree and sign up the partnership with the online company, it means that you are not a worker, but you are a partner of the company. When you are not a worker of the company, you are not covered by the law. So the company do not follow the existing law, Undang-Undang Ketenagakerjaan, we call it, or law, working law. I don't know, I forgot in English. So the Undang-Undang Ketenagakerjaan, the employment law. The employment law is not protecting partner, but they are protecting workers. It mentioned about the benefit from the company, health benefit, insurance benefit, and so on and so on. Yeah, it depends on the size of the company. But for the partnership system, the company do not have to provide any benefit at all. Even the company, for the online taxi company, they don't have to give a kind of subsidy for the driver to service their car. It's all driver's responsibility because they are their own means of production. This is what I call proletariat, which is very much different with the proletariat. Proletariat, they are proles. They don't have any means of production. But proletariat, they have to use their own means of production. So we can see the difference here. Yeah. So it is the strategy of the online company to avoid employment law because they don't want to be controlled by the state. Actually, this is the spirit of the neoliberal, that they don't want to be controlled by the state, including the existing law. But the problem, who will protect the proletariat? The proletariat have to protect themselves. They have to pay the voluntarily the BPJS or the state insurance company by their own expenses, not included within the benefit they can get from the company. So they really try to play safe within the terminology or the law terminology to avoid benefit. They don't want to use the term as a worker because they are not worker and there is no law that protect the partner. Partner in this case, it means they are in the same equal position, equal power relation. This is partner. But in fact, the power relation between the online company and the partner is asymmetrical. It is asymmetrical because they use the capitalism norm. Whatever liberal or no liberal, just the same. They have to keep it asymmetrical in terms of social relation of production and power relation itself. So it is difficult for the partner to make mobility within that kind of system. The only way, they need to find the exit way from that kind of partnership by setting up their own business or by creating YouTube and they become a part of the webtariat if they are success. So this is the exit way to avoid the idea of the partnership system that only create the partnership. I think that's my explanation that I can discuss with all of you here. Thank you, Mbak Yunes.
Okay, thank you very much, Aris, for your 2 hours lecture. Wow, it's very many new things that we have learned about this issue. And thank you very much again for your material and your discussions for us here. And then thank you also for the students who have the productive discussion and questions and these sessions. And because
very much for all of you here. Thank you. Mbak
yeah,
Yunes.
we just okay. We just have 5 minutes left. Then this session will be soon over. Then hopefully what has been discussed in this first session will provide knowledge and become our reflection on what is happening in Asia today and the global world. So don't forget, we will be back tomorrow on the second day for the issue of politics and government. And we will have 2, let's see, let's check the schedule. We'll have the 2 interactive seminar from the Dr. Rino Ardian Nugroho about the e-government and government responses to pandemic crisis. The second interactive seminar or lecture would be delivered by Dr. Priyambudi Sulistianto from Flinders University of South Australia about Myanmar and Asian. And the last session in tomorrow will be the student group discussion, will be facilitated by Dr. Rino Nugroho. Then once again, thank you very much for all the students, for the speakers, and also reminding for the student that you can check on the reading. Sorry? Oh, okay. Perhaps you extra. For the reading of the second day, you can check on the reading link that Alif has shared. And you can also access the recording of this session of the class, and the committee will soon share the recording. Okay, is there any question before I close the session? Do you have any question? Okay, don't forget to fill in the attendance list.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no question. So we will close this session, and thank you very much again for the student. Enjoy the discussion for the next, for tomorrow. And thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good evening, good afternoon, and bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Prof. Arif, Prof. Yuyun.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. See ya.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.